Public speaking. Why your presentation sucks. How to lose the stage fright and win the audience. Based on academic research. Written by Collin C. Young. Read by Eric Bryan Moore. Quote, "It usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech." Unquote. Mark Twain. 1. Introduction. Why should you learn storytelling technique? Storytelling is part of our lives more than we picture. It's like breathing for most of us, part of our human essence. Just that we don't often notice when we use it in our daily lives, and we may think it's something that comes up only in fiction. So far from the truth. Storytelling is closely connected with time, and this is an essential aspect of our lives. Stories are organized temporally, just as our lives unreel chronologically. We often communicate with others through stories, many of them short bits of our daily incidents, others memories or broader autobiographical sequences. Apart from this physiological and existential function of storytelling that helps us structure our perception of time, define ourselves, and shape our identities, storytelling also has a prominent communicational value. That may sound abstract and dry at first hearing, but let me assure you, it's easier than you may think. Just picture yourself in a rather mundane situation in which a person has to transmit some information to a group of people. Let's say a teacher must be both instructive and entertaining in order to master the class and be truly appreciated by pupils. Quote, "You have to write at least a half a page in German each day if you want to learn this language. You don't learn a language only by attending my classes and doing your regular homework. I will check how much you develop your skills regularly, and you'll get bad grades unless you improve your German the right way. Now, show me the last thing you wrote in German." Unquote. Can you picture the reaction of the pupils? Can you get there and see the look on their faces? Most of them are probably quite discouraged by the teacher's attitude and discourse, although they also fear the person and the bad grades. This is likely to happen, especially if the pupils are very young. Otherwise, the teacher may only lose their audience and their class. Let's not forget, almost any kind of situation in which a person has to speak and perform in front of a group and persuade them implies a classic speaker-audience relationship, alongside with another that is shaped by the context itself. Now, what if someone goes in front of the pupils and says, quote, "When I was very young, I used to have a passion for literature. I would read one book after another and devour the story, often fascinated and caught in the plot myself. I didn't really like languages. My mother used to ask me what I wanted to do when I grow up. Are you going to become a writer yourself and write about a starving artist who falls for a rich fashion model? If so, please don't forget to use me as a model for a minor character at least." Later, I met a tutor who would ask me to write very short stories in German. We used to meet once a week for classes, and she would give me a maxim, a sentence, or a quote each time, and I had to write about 1 page and invent a story starting from those words and their meaning. One time I had to write about 2 thieves who met on a train and share their experiences. I kind of hated German, believe me. When I heard that topic, my mind flew to 2 famous thieves in Greek mythology, Prometheus and Tantalus. One stole the fire from gods to give it to humans, and the other stole the divine ambrosia. Both were harshly punished, of course. I got caught up in the narrative as I started to write about these 2 interesting figures, and I even lost track as I was writing in German. After I wrote a full page, I realized I liked telling stories and writing regardless of the language. The following week, I showed my short story to my tutor, and I didn't know what to expect. She was baffled. She told me she had other people enlarge on that storyline, but she'd never heard anyone talk about 2 mythological thieves before. She praised me tremendously and gave me something else to use as a kernel for my next story. That's how I started to love German. And now you see me here teaching this language to you.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?